Welcome everyone to the Partnering with Boomerang Kids webinar. We're thrilled to have you join us today and greatly appreciate your time. My name is Marianne Schutz and I specialize in franchise development, having previously worked for two great brands, M&M Meat Shops and Crockadoodle Paint Your Own Pottery. We're really fortunate today to have Krista Thompson with us, who is the president and owner of Boomerang Kids Franchise Corporation. It's a true pleasure working with Krista and her co-owner Heather Meek. These ladies are extremely smart and hardworking and really determined to grow this brand into something even greater. You'll learn more about Krista and Heather in just a few minutes. Now we ask you to please keep track of your questions. In the interest of time, we've made this a one-way webinar, but look forward to answering your questions via email and phone. We have had a lot of interest in the franchise as we are a fresh, profitable, and exciting opportunity, so please do stay in touch with us to ensure that you're considered for your location of interest. Now just going on, this is going to be a bit more about what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the history, the business model, marketing and technology, operational support, and we're going to speak more about being a franchisee, financial requirements, and the current performance of our stores. If you decide that you like what you hear, then we'll continue on to discuss our selection process. So I'm going to pass it over to Krista, who's going to speak more about the history of the stores.
Thank you very much, Marianne. So Boomerang Kids is actually celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. I can't believe it. For 20 years we've been open, and the flagship store is pictured here. It opened in the upscale urban community of Old Ottawa South near the Glebe in Ottawa. It was created originally by two mums, Lynn Burton and Joan Garvey. They were pioneers in children's resale. It quickly became a community hub for parents, and it was way more successful than they'd ever imagined. This small store is only 1,600 square feet, and it was bursting at the seams when it reached over $900,000 in revenue before they opened their second location in Westboro, which is another upscale urban community in Ottawa. The Westboro store opened in 2003. And you know, with Boomerang Kids, we're not over-exaggerating when we say that it's a true community hub. The stores offer a free stroller-size fitness program. Certified fitness professionals lead a run, walk, and core exercise program that runs all seasons. It's common to get more than 30 parents with children in strollers out to each session. This one here at the Bank Street store actually also offers stroller skate. They actually skate on the canal in the wintertime. The program is considered a local marketing expenditure for our franchisees, and it generates lots of goodwill and publicity in the community. The media love to come out and take shots of moms and babies. Parents meet lifelong friends in the program, and numerous kids, Boomerang Kids stroller-sized mommy groups have formed on Facebook. There's even lots of alumni and things like that. So about 7 years ago, Heather and I, my business partner, we were both customers of Boomerang Kids, and we often talked about this amazing energy about the store and the brand. We couldn't get over how popular this brand was for a resale store. So we got wind that the stores were actually for sale, and we bought the two-store chain. We opened two more corporate stores in Ottawa in the communities of Canada and Orleans, and we spent the next few years improving business processes, technology, and overall store profitability, preparing to franchise. Every year before we started to franchise, we'd actually say, could we sell this to our sister? And actually it was to Heather's sister because I'm an only child, and Heather would say, no, not ready. And then the next year we'd say, would we sell this to our sister? And Heather would say, nope, not ready. And then finally in 2012, Heather said, yes, absolutely, I'd sell this to one of my three sisters. And then we were ready to go. We both came from management consulting backgrounds and brought with us a commitment to technology innovation, in particular to improve the customer experience, also productivity improvements, and ultimately prepare for e-commerce. We implemented a new point-of-sale system with self-serve kiosks, a franchisee portal, and e-commerce, and everything that sells in-store is also for sale online. So today, Boomerang Kids is a rapidly expanding 9-unit franchise system known as the children's resale destination for clothing, toys, and baby equipment. In this picture here, you see our Quebec brand, Boutique Boomerang Kids, and Amanda and Ben Lauzon, who are married business partners. They own 3 Boomerang Kids units in Orleans and in Gatineau. They have another Gatineau location to open in early 2015. They also happen to have 4 children under 5 years old. Amanda actually bought the franchise when she was pregnant with her 4th. You can see our French logo again here, and our brand is known for affordable, high-quality children's items and maternity, a great way to put money back in parents' pockets with competitive consignment commissions. We're also a neighborhood toy store of value-priced, gently used, new and novel toys. We have a friendly network of parents who connect initially through our free stroller size program, and we have a commitment to helping families in need, locally and around the world. We have a business concept that helps customers make money and save money at Boomerang Kids. Children's resale is a growing industry because our customers and consignors seek solutions for the high cost of raising kids. Parents are buying more clothes, toys, equipment, and furniture for their kids than ever before. And children grow out of these items very quickly. Parents often wonder what to do with all this stuff. It's expensive, they have lots of it, and they don't want to just give it away anymore. Parents are value conscious and eco-conscious. They like paying half of new retail. 80% of our target market is female mothers, grandmothers, and caregivers, most of whom visit the stores each week or a few times each month. And they choose or use Boomerang Kids because they make money quickly, they drop off items with no hassles, and they admire our commitment to charities and families in need. So if you look at our overall inventory, 70% is resale or nearly new items generated by parents in the surrounding neighborhoods. There's no shortage of supply. A new store fills up with resale merchandise within 4 weeks of being open to accept drop-offs. Some of our franchisees would say they filled up most of the store from their own garage. And then 30% of our store inventory is factory fresh or new, including baby essentials, toys, and seasonal clothes and items. We've actually created a new product committee of our franchisees where everybody comes in with the new trends and new product, and they make suggestions, and we often incorporate those suggestions into our product lineup. So the benefits overall of our business concept is that we're Canadian-owned, owner-focused with lots of hands-on support. Our business advisors say that we are probably giving more support than most franchisors at this point. We have a high-performing franchisor team. We have a 20-year history of store success. We're ambitious for sure, and we have focused expansion plans that are truly Canada-wide. So from border to border. We have fresh new brand with focus on less clutter and visual merchandising. We have locally focused marketing. We offer both consignment and buy outright or cash on the spot to customers. So we're the only resale store that does that allows people to get cash on the spot or consign. The great thing about the consignment model is that it attracts more suppliers than pure cash on the spot because people make a slightly higher commission when they consign. So they bring us their better quality stuff. Plus, we're the only resale store that has an integrated physical and e-commerce experience. Overall, our mission then, as you can probably see, is to really revolutionize resale. We're creating a profitable and eco-sustainable business for our franchisees so they make a difference in their communities and the planet. And within the next 5 years, we will become a national chain of over 100 franchise stores, providing strong profits through integrated store sales and e-commerce and business know-how for franchisees. Will be supported by an innovative and proven resale business system and an experienced leadership team. But none of this happens unless you have the sales, unless you have the revenue, and that only happens through happy customers. So we delight parents and grandparents by helping them find great deals and make good money on high-quality children's items for their kids. But what about location, right? And that's a huge part of Boomerang. Stores are located in highly visible, easily accessible, typically strip mall spaces with generous parking at or near grocery anchored shopping centers. We look at space of about 3,000 square feet. We love to be also on pylon signs and lots of signage. We help with site selection and we provide guidance and oversight in the construction phase. So the store opens to accept drop-offs for about 3 to 5 weeks before beginning to generate revenue, and new inventory is delivered and merchandised the first week of the drop-off period. Over to you, Marianne.
Thank you so much, Krista. So when we talk about our strategic partnership, our franchise relationship, we like to break it down to three major components. And all three of these components need to work together, just like the legs of a tripod camera. You need all the legs to work together to be successful and stand straight. And we see these components as, one, your product. You want to make sure that's in demand and that you have a strong inventory management software to back it up and stay organized. You also want to make sure you have good marketing, operational, and technology support. We will give you that strong support as a franchisor. And finally, you want to make sure that you as a franchisee are the right person. Our franchisees play a key role in their success, and we'll share more about what makes a great franchisee and who our current franchisees are. So we'll start off with product and share more about that. This is a breakdown of our top selling products. The nearly new products represent about 60 to 70% of our sales, and our new products about 30 to 40%. Statistics Canada actually reported in 2011 that for the first time in 50 years, the number of children aged 4 and under increased in all the provinces and territories. I also read the other day that there are the most 3 to 6-year-olds right now in Canada since the baby boom. Not as much as the baby boom, but the most since then, and that's a lot. So lots of kids and families right now. Boomerang Kids has a high quality standard, which we call BK quality. All items are recall and safety checked, and from a typical new consignor drop-off, we'll accept about 20 to 50% of what is brought in. Now we accept much more though from experienced consignors. As you get to know them, you get to know the quality of product that they bring in. We have a rigorous sorting process, and our staff are very well trained. The items are priced according to quality ranges 1 through 4. Now on the new product side, our point of sale inventory management system with Franchise Blast has new product inventory reports that allow franchisees to see how well items are selling in real time. In retail, it's important to daily watch your sales and inventory levels, and our franchisee information portal allows you to do this easily from both the store and from home. So I'm going to take this back, give it back to Krista to speak more about marketing, operations, and technology.
Super, thanks, Marianne. So we also provide a whole lot of marketing and technology support. Currently, our marketing fund is 1% in Ontario, so that's the ad fund contribution from the franchisee, and it is 2% in Quebec. That's in addition to royalties, which are at 5%. So what does that do for you? We support with a combination of 3 primary marketing activities. So it's traditional media, digital and new media, and communications and public relations. These are a fully integrated approach, and you really can't have one without the other. With traditional media, it's broad brand-based activities done through more traditional outlets like print, radio, and signage. Digital and new media activities are focused on driving store traffic, in-store revenue, and online sales. And then there's communications and PR, which engages a broad public audience through news stories and events such as baby shows. So if we look particularly at traditional media, here are a few examples for you that show you some flyers and newspaper ads. In the top right is an advertisement for our Vaughan location to generate store traffic and sales. We generally run newspaper ads around larger store system-wide events such as store openings or large sales events. Direct mail pieces and flyers are handed out in person and placed on windshields and sent through mail as required. On the left, this is a flyer template used to generate awareness in advance of store openings for drop-offs. We provide easily customizable signage templates for use as other things like sandwich boards, lawn signs, and store windows. And then in the bottom right, that's a design for a 20-foot window screen. So it's the kind that you can see out the window but you can't see in, and it's placed in store front windows. And then radio ads are also used in selective markets around store openings and sales events. So that's traditional media. But like everybody probably realizes, the lion's share of brand awareness is happening online, digital and new media. That would cover off email marketing. We have a huge email marketing database, which is largely built through sign-up or consigners in our stores. We also collect email addresses through our website and trade shows. We send at least one system-wide email each week that communicates online or in-store promotions, commission specials, and store events. An example of an in-store promotion would be Grandparents' Day on Tuesday or Teen and Tween Day on Friday. And sales on specific new products such as puzzles, activity sets, and toys. We're extremely active on Facebook, as we found the Facebook customers convert to customers more efficiently than other social platforms, and on average buy more than customers acquired through other channels. We have a main Facebook page for Boomerang Kids with over 3,500 followers, and pages for each of our locations. So each franchisee gets their own Facebook page and their own website. We also use other social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest to connect with potential customers, and we're producing a series of high-definition videos that tell the Boomerang Kids story in terms of how consigners make money, how our quality differentiates in our stores, and how our online shopping works. These are shared on YouTube, on our website, and through Facebook. Then we have communications and public relations. We've always had great relationships with local media in Ottawa, but in order to expand, we need brand awareness across Ontario, Quebec, and the rest of Canada. So we have hired third-party PR agencies to help. The result is that in recent months, we've received coverage in prominent national media and local media in major markets like Toronto. So you'll see here Global News, Breakfast Television, Today's Parent. We were the focus of a global news piece on the growing trend of parents turning to consignment stores to save money. We were selected as one of the 10 best online consignment shops in Canada by Today's Parent. We appeared on Toronto's Breakfast Television to talk about basically having a nearly new baby shower, and we did a fashion show. And we also received glowing reviews from many influential mommy bloggers. One recently remarked she was extremely impressed with our selection, pricing, and delivery options. Finally, we often purchase booths and for baby shows in Toronto and Ottawa as a great platform to promote our brand, launch e-commerce, and meet customers. And really, that's the big thing. It's connecting with parents and letting them know we're here and that we're a great option for them. Then we're moving on to technology. Again, I talked about how Heather and I have a big focus on technology. One of these is through our Boomerang Kids Club Card. Our Boomerang Kids Club Card is fully integrated with our point of sale. It lets you, it's your card that lets you consign or sell items, and you can also earn points when you buy at Boomerang Kids. So if we move on to the next slide, you'll see a good image here of our franchise management portal. It's called Franchise Blast. It's the franchise management tool. It's one of the ways the franchisor and franchisee communicate and exchange information. It contains all relevant documentation for training, store management, and inventory ordering and management. It also contains a key performance indicator dashboard and a set of reports that provides comprehensive data on store performance. You can watch your store operations from home. Here you'll see our sales dashboard. It actually is giving you some good information about one of our stores, and it really lets you see an overall breakdown and comparison month over month, year over year. You can choose the timeline that you want, and it also gives you all key performance metrics that are, we look at these every single day. So what are we doing online sales, number of drop-offs, number of new accounts, how much is being consigned, average prices, those sorts of things. And the next one, we have self-serve kiosks. I don't know any other resale store that offers people a self-serve kiosk. It allows customers to come and open a resale account. They can sign the contract right on the kiosk. Once they're a regular consignor with us, they can actually drop and run. They can process their drop-off and leave items in our bin and leave, so without having to have any assistance. They can also check their accounts online from home. This really helps overall HR productivity. Oftentimes we get asked, how the heck do I have to remember what everything is priced at? And we say, you don't. That's something that the franchisor provides, is an automatic and simple pricing system, because there are thousands of unique items for sale in each Boomerang Kids store, so you don't have to know the prices. The point of sale system provides a price for each item based on a drop-down menu of choices. We maintain the price list at all times, and we update the prices for market conditions. Next slide. We are the only children's resale store to offer fully integrated e-commerce and an in-store buying experience for customers. It's also known as omni-channel for customers. So our website sells all of our products from all stores 24/7. In this past year, weather has played a big role in whether people are getting out to stores or not, and we have seen an increase in online shopping for sure. So stores have said that it saved their bacon on days when snow has meant people couldn't get to the store. Each store has its own inventory online, and all payments are made to each individual store, fully integrated with the point of sale. We don't have a warehouse. Hundreds of unique items are added to the store inventory daily. Customers purchase and can pick up in-store or ship, and customers also use the website to check their accounts online. We have made this a very simple process. In terms of taking pictures. New franchisees or new franchisee prospects will ask, wow, that's probably a lot of work. The only thing that it's added is a picture. It's all been completely integrated to the business process, and we have automated that to a degree that you probably wouldn't believe until you see it. Next slide. Our point of sale system is very easy to use, and it includes our loyalty points program for customers. You saw the card on that before. We had an employee, a new employee in one of our stores who's 60 years old. She came in, she learned how to do the contract process, she trained for 1 hour, and she started working in the POS. She was very appreciative of how easy it was to get going. Next slide. And it's over to you, Marianne, to talk about probably the most important part of the whole partnership.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Krista. The last component to making this partnership very strong is you as a franchisee. If it was all up to the franchisor to make the business success, then there really wouldn't be a franchise concept, and we would just have lots of corporate stores. But it's very important as a franchisee to work hard, constantly learn, stand out in your community, and really just be the best business owner that you can be. So we're going to talk more now about that franchisee component. So we always say that as a franchisee, your success is our success. And we want you to be successful because when you make money, we make money. And that's really why this relationship exists. A franchise, it's kind of like a marriage, right? We'll start dating, we're going to get to know one another, we're going to get engaged, and then we're going to get married. And we want to be married for a long time. So we want to make sure that we've got ongoing communication and that we're constantly helping and encouraging one another to be better. So there's a lot of support that we as a franchise offer. We're constantly sharing with you and training you with tools that you need to be successful. We offer 15 days of initial training at a minimum, and we'll give you more if you need more. We talk to our franchisees, our new franchisees, almost every day for their first few months, and then we talk to all of our franchisees every week on a weekly sales meeting calls. We schedule store performance meetings actually every 2 weeks with each franchisee, where we discuss the key performance indicators and other topics specific to their store. We hold monthly 4-hour training sessions on all of our key performance indicators and other special topics, and we'll often even bring in experts and guest speakers. Our team performs field visits or store visits at least once every 2 months. Franchisees will self-evaluate them using a field visit scorecard, and we'll also review where you are financially compared to your original business plan. We have a yearly franchisee conference in June. One of the big things I love about franchises is when the franchisees get together to share their passion for the brand. And hopefully one day, Krista, we'll all be going down south for these conferences, right?
Absolutely. That is the plan.
Now, as Krista mentioned, we have some franchisee committees. One of them she mentioned was the new product committee, where we determine the system-wide new product inventory set. And then there's also the ad fund or marketing committee, where we determined how that ad fund is spent. So just in terms of what characteristics make a great franchisee, you'll see this list here. Janet and Barry Orr on the top photo, they purchased their store in Canada. They purchased that territory. And Janet was actually a long-time customer of Boomerang Kids and a home daycare provider for 15 years. Barry's a commercial electrician, And their two children are now in their teens, and Janet loves being out of the home and in the store, and she's already thinking about buying a Ricochet resale franchise. The Ricochet resale franchise is a concept also started by Krista and Heather, and it's the resale of women's clothing and items. Now in the bottom photo here is Jody Rubino. She worked for McDonald's for 22 years, as a regional manager of over 20 franchise locations. And she was also a longtime customer of Boomerang Kids and didn't know that we were franchising when she walked into the store and asked if we would sell her a franchise. Now, she was the very first franchisee for Boomerang Kids and owns the flagship location on Bank Street in Ottawa. Now, a few more photos here. On the top is Christy and Louis Morissette. They live in Saint-Hubert on the North Shore of Montreal. Both worked in the high-tech industry, but Christy has always wanted to be her own boss, and she's opening her first Montreal store this month, already collecting items to fill her store. And on the bottom is Janet and Patrick. They are franchisees in Westboro. Janet bought the franchise while pregnant with her second child. She gave birth the week after taking ownership of the store, and her son is a store baby, always with her in a baby carrier and or in a stroller as she manages the store. So as Krista mentioned, we have a lot of franchisees with young children, so they do make it work. And Janet was previously, she worked for the federal government. Now on this slide you'll see, some really key points, and one is that, you do want to be passionate about Boomerang Kids and you want to use our system. You get into a franchise because you like how it is. Definitely there's going to be things that improve along the way and suggestions you're going to have, and we're going to work together to make it the best. But you want to make sure that you like what you see and that you're ready to follow the system, because it's the system and rolling that wheel that does keep it going. So breakdown of opening a store. The cost of opening our existing stores has ranged significantly. For example, the Barrhaven store opened in an existing retail location. It already had lights, mechanical, floor, walls, bathroom, change rooms. Now that store probably opened for around $120,000, including the franchise fee. A new build, now that doesn't have any of these items included, it will cost more. However, you usually receive about a $15 square foot fit-up allowance, also known as a tenant incentive. So we will work with you, and our realtor will work with you on negotiating that for your lease. So the total store cost is going to be anywhere between $150 to $240, but again, every circumstance is going to be different. Ultimately, you want to see if you can come up with the $100,000 on your own, and then we can help you come together with the rest. So that $100,000, it really should come from unencumbered funds. So this is funds that don't require debt servicing by the store. Cash on hand, home equity. If you're going to use home equity, if you're going to increase your mortgage, you want to make sure that your spouse keeps their job so that they can continue those mortgage payments. You want to, often people will have a gift from family. So often I've seen in my many years of franchising where a parent has just come out and said, you know what, I would love to see you be successful while I'm still alive and help you with this. And so, often there are gifts from families. You can liquidate investments as well. Now on the bank side, when you are approved for credit, banks will provide loans for capital costs. And they will also, those are things like store fixtures, signage, and computers. And then there's also leasing opportunities available as well. Ultimately, though, you want to make sure that you have $200,000 of net worth available. And that's mostly because the landlord is going to look for you to have collateral to back your lease up against. Now, just as an FYI, I originally got in touch with Boomerang Kids as someone who was looking to buy their franchise. And as I've worked in franchising a long time, when I came across the concept, Krista will attest, I was very excited. And I wanted to meet Krista and Heather. I went up to Ottawa and meet them within a week. I went through the selection process, received the disclosure document, and now I'm looking for the right location to open. So in the meantime, Krista and Heather asked me to join the team at head office, and I thought I'd share this with you really so that you can understand that I understand where you are today, looking at this opportunity, and can completely relate to your questions. And please don't hesitate to open up with me about what you're thinking, what you're hoping for, because I have been in your shoes. So the disclosure document is a very important part of our process. Many of the provincial governments have set up disclosure or franchise laws to help people like you get information that they need to make an informed decision about buying a business. We'll provide you with all these things in one document. You'll take a minimum of 14 days to review it, and we recommend that you speak to an accountant and franchise lawyer. And even if you wanted to buy a franchise tomorrow, you can't. You need to be disclosed and take the 14 days to review it. And the company will completely open itself up to you in this document. So after you apply for the franchise, you will receive this document when you meet with Krista and Heather. So on the financial performance side, people always ask, how much money can I make? As a franchisor, we can't legally answer what your store will make, as it's dependent on so many factors. Things like rent, financing, your time commitment and abilities, the market. You need to ask yourself, what do I need to make to support myself and my family, and what do I want to make? If I'm investing money, what's a reasonable return on that money? And you want to work from there to see if Boomerang Kids will meet those needs. Now, what we can share with you is that our current stores have been open for over a year, over 5 years, average $700,000 in sales. And if you'll recall, Krista mentioned that the consignment transaction, the store will get 50 to 60% of that, depending on the item, and 50% for new product margins. Now, our goal is to get to $1 million stores with a 20% net profit. The online sales will definitely help us achieve these goals, but ultimately it's going to depend on you as a franchisee. You would work hard and really work with the company to grow your store. And again, there's extensive financial information provided to you in the disclosure document. So more about being a franchisee, I'm going to pass this over to Krista.
Yes, thanks, Marianne. So being a franchisee, I'm looking at this picture now, and I think Boomer, our mascot, is scaring the pants off that little girl who's grabbing Michelle's shirt. So Michelle is on the left, and these are her relatives, and she bought the first Toronto franchise in Vaughan while on maternity leave with her second child. And that is Boomer, our mascot, actually. We have a few different Boomer costumes in use by our franchisees. The next slide. Our franchisees benefit from being part of the community in which they operate stores, and we really recommend you hold events to connect with other families in the area. It generates such goodwill and such a strong connection. Events include everything from yoga and salsa lessons to visits from the local reptile zoo. Here we're actually having a piggy paint party. It's an organic nail polish product that we sell in the store, and that's what they're doing at the table with the pink tablecloth. And on the next slide, here you can actually see Janet Ferreira with my business partner Heather. Janet was getting the keys to her store because she actually bought an existing store in Westboro in Ottawa. And over on the other side, Joelle Rivington is standing in front of her new store during construction in Barrhaven in Ottawa. Joelle worked in high tech and always wanted to be in a customer service environment. Joelle is what we call the Queen of Kensington. She loves people. I think she was the person who so far has had the most likes on her Facebook page before the store even opened. It was somewhere upwards of 1,000 likes. And it really did translate into sales for that first month. Her store that month had equal in sales to stores that have been open already for 5 years. So it just goes to show that what early marketing can do. Can you visualize yourself in this photo, working as a Boomerang Kids franchisee, getting the keys to your store or going through store construction? Next steps, Marianne.
Yes, thanks, Krista. So the next steps are to complete and submit the confidential application form. Once we receive that, we will schedule a telephone interview with you. And then after that, you'll have a discovery day in Ottawa, meet with the Boomerang Kids Franchise Corporation with Krista and Heather and the team. And you'll get your disclosure document, and visit stores, get to know the concept even better. After that, we'll make a decision about awarding the store, and then you could become a franchisee. Very exciting. In the meantime, we do encourage you to visit stores, speak to our franchisees, become more familiar with our inventory. We love shoppers, so please check us out online as well, order a few things, and keep in touch with us because ultimately you are in charge of your future. You're going to kind of drive how quickly this will happen. So if you're excited, then get in touch with us again and let's keep this moving. You know, do you have a passion? Because ultimately this is about you. Do you have a passion for Boomerang Kids? Do you see yourself being a Boomerang Kids franchisee? Are you ready to work hard and have fun doing what you love? Do you like meeting new people? Do you like being part of a team? And are you ready for a change in your life? Just a reminder again, you know, as a franchisee, your success is our success. And I hope that we've shared just how much we do to help you be successful because we truly are in this together. So I'll leave you with this slide to make note of the contact information. The next step is to talk to us and get an application by email. We look forward to hearing from you and helping you achieve your dream of owning your own business. Thank you for your time and thank you for your interest in Boomerang Kids.
I really look forward to meeting you. Thank you.